Divine greetings and gratitude. How are you doing and how are you feeling? Welcome back to the Saiyonan archives. I'm super excited to have you back. And if y'all are new here, my name is Nuna. I am the Saiyonan sage, the seer, the witch, and the wise woman of the Saiyonan archives. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the pick a deck reading, or in this case, a pick a card reading. I already have the cards laid out right here, and I already have shuffled some of the cards as well. And we're going to be using two different tarot decks. One of the tarot decks that we're going to be using today is called the Tarot of Mermaids. That actually is already within the piles. I pulled three of these cards, and we're also going to be using this mermaid tarot that I obviously have right here. For whatever reason, I'm feeling the vibration of water. I'm feeling the vibration of crystals. I'm feeling the vibration of like sea exploration, water exploration. That's kind of what I've been on recently for whatever reason. And we're going to go ahead and go with that because that's what my intuition does call for. I actually, you guys, ended up moving my altar back in front of the window, so I'm super excited about that. I'm happy to have this back into our regular space. And yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and get started with the reading. And I already said a quick prayer, whatnot, so we're going to go ahead and choose the piles. The first pile is here, this Jade. And I'm going to be reading off to you what the Jade symbolizes in this deck and whatnot. I already have the book pulled here somewhere. I can't remember where I left it, but the first card is here, the Jade. The second card here is the Emerald. Let me just say that if you are choosing the Emerald, you are ready. There is no if, ands, or buts. This is you are ready. It does not matter what it is. This is one of those things, and I'm already getting downloads. It's so interesting that whatever you are doing in your life right now, if you have been pausing, if you have been hesitant, Spirit is letting you know that you are ready. You are ready. Source is letting you know that you are ready. Your time has come. Your time is coming. It's time for you to start embodying some type of like masculine type of energy. It's time for you to start embodying that energy where your heart does guide you, but not in a naive sense, not with naivety. You're not being led with naivety, but rather you're being led with love. You're being led with compassion, but you also have a high understanding of what it takes to have come, how far you have come, if that makes sense. So if you're choosing the Emerald, Spirit is letting you know that you are ready. And we're going to be reading out of the book, as I stated. Now, the third card that you have here is a Green Aventurine. This sounds, or this feels actually like where someone is finally either letting go of something or someone is finally saying, I fully accept this fully for what it is. And that's the vibration that I get from the Green Aventurine. So this could be a message for you. I really don't know. I have not looked at these cards at all. The only cards that I obviously have looked at are the cards where you pick a pile, or you picked ones at the top. So I'm going to pause for a moment. You guys may hear some noise in the background. That's because my babies, obviously they're all awake. My 3-year-old son, my youngest son, he is loud, he's vocal and unapologetic. I'm going to let him be in his energy. I'm not going to stop him from doing that. And I'm going to go ahead and allow you guys to choose your card now. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. So the first card that we have, like I said, is the Jade card. If you guys hear anything in the background, it's my 3-year-old. He is unapologetically vocal. And he will demand his way into pretty much any room if it is not locked. So I locked the door. Well, I have my partner lock the door, actually. And that's him in the background. So just try to ignore the noise. He's having fun right now. Thank you so much for ignoring it. This is real life for me right now. I have 4 boys I love very much. So thank you so much for understanding, okay? So basically we have here Jade. It says, treasures within a consciousness of abundance, recognizing that you are more than enough. Even the smallest crystal has the power to transmit energy, channeling information from the conscious universe. Electronic equipment contains crystals so small that you might not realize they are there. So too do you have hidden strengths you may be overlooking. Treasures within that can give you strength and courage as you break free of the past and venture into the unknown. These treasures can serve as talismans to remind you that you have enough and are enough, for you are stardust, the stuff of galaxies, a light being with every quality present in the universe. Goodness, bravery, love, you name it, it's there. Jade Spirit has arrived to tell you not to underestimate yourself. You have so many facets and so many assets to share and to grow. Whatever eludes you, open up to the bounty of conscious universe and look within. Wait, where did that come from, you may ask? It was there all along. Qualities formerly concealed from view will be made visible to you now so that you may use them for healing, growth, and co-creating whatever your heart desires. That's essentially what that card is about. I think that's all I'm actually going to read for right now because I'm going to allow my intuition to completely take over. So, for whatever reason, this jade here is bringing me to more than just the infinite possibilities that are contained within that one small tiny crystal, right? And it almost kind of reminds me of a seed, how a seed has every single thing that it needs. It has all the information contained into that one tiny thing to grow over a course of time and to evolve into what we believe to be a transformative aspect of whatever that thing is, or of that seed. And it's beautiful because that one small seed can grow into the biggest tree possible, known to man perhaps. But it starts off as a small seed, or as something, maybe it's about that big, or maybe it's a bit smaller, maybe it's about like yay big, who knows, right? So whenever you hear the words like have the faith of a mustard seeds are so small, but they yield these really huge crops, right? And that's essentially what I'm kind of getting from this. It's like you have to remember that you yourself, no matter how small you may feel, no matter how small you may believe yourself to be, or minuscule or finite you believe yourself to be, that does not mean that you are not capable. It does not mean that you don't have everything already contained within you to grow and to evolve into this said thing. This, what I'm hearing is that trust your ancestors, trust in what they're telling you. Some of you may have a really hard time with receiving certain knowledge because you've been because I'm going to just say it, because you've been indoctrinated to believe something about yourself, or because you've been indoctrinated to believe something about your ancestors. And it's this erasure of who you are, and it's this erasure of who your ancestors are. It's this erasure of what you know to be true that makes you kind of doubt yourself, because you feel like you're not able to express it in a way that other people would express it using their language, if that makes sense. So it's almost kind of like, for example, if you understand the universe from an intuitive perspective and from an intuitive lens, and you meet someone who's like a mathematician, or you meet someone who studies quantum physics or whatever, and then they say, no, you're doing it wrong because it doesn't fit this system. You're doing it wrong because it doesn't sound like this. So you're wrong. I can refute you because I know this heavy language. I know I have an extensive vocabulary. I can prove my point. But then they don't spend enough time actually understanding you from your language, with your perspective. It's almost kind of like trying to get someone who speaks French to speak English when they don't understand it. It doesn't mean that language itself is not legitimate. It just means that you don't understand it, but that doesn't mean that it's not right. And I feel like it's this type of hierarchical absolutism, or absolutism, if that's even a thing, where you feel that it's like because you are the head of this, or because they've been the head of this, they feel that it is absolute because it's worked for them, but that doesn't mean that it worked for everybody else. This also is a layered message where Spirit is reminding you that just because they understand it from that perspective does not mean that you are wrong. Just because they've been telling you the story this way doesn't mean that it is right. It doesn't mean that that is the truth. It just means that that is a truth given this lens, given this perspective. So Spirit is asking for you to understand that you yourself are a perspective of the universe, and it doesn't mean that you are wrong. It's not until you start to subjectify, I don't even know if that's a word, but when you start to look at things from more of a subjective standpoint, right? When you're getting into certain things, I don't know why this is coming through, but I'm going to leave it. It's kind of like when you view things from a subjective standpoint and an emotional standpoint, that's where you can get lost and clouded. Spirit is wanting you to know that your intuition will always lead you to the right reasoning, no matter who agrees with it, no matter who says that you are wrong. No one can refute you at all, and the reason is because they more than likely have not spent enough time utilizing what you have known, what you do. No one does what you do better than you, right? Because you have spent time. Your trials, your tribulations, your life experience is you, and then you going through it, you observing that and you experiencing that. That in itself was trial. That in itself was you trying to solve the problem. That was you trying to solve the equation. So what do you mean that your life experience is not adequate? What do you mean that your life experience is not the real deal? What do you mean that your life experience is not leading you to enlightenment? Because there are multiple paths to enlightenment. Just same way that there are multiple dimensions to this universe, there are so many things that can be expressed within this universe, but nothing can fully contain it. So really everything is incomplete until you understand that the universe as a whole is infinite and ongoing and ongoing and ongoing, and that it's patterned. You yourself are a patterned being, meaning that you yourself are in a body, but you yourself go on infinitely. There is no cap to what you can become. There is only possibility. And Spirit is saying is that there is only possibility. Understand that you are a walking possibility, and that is what Spirit is wanting you to know right now. That is the message. I'm going to go ahead and pull cards anyway. But I feel like what we said is what we said. I hope that that makes sense. I know that you're probably like, whoa, what the hell? Yeah, that was just kind of like a burst of energy that I just had. And now we can kind of come back in and actually look at the cards, because that was just off of that one card. Four of Cups is here. I might actually have to change the camera type. I don't really know what it's called, but the reason why I say that is because of the lighting. I'm not really loving the lighting right now, so I'm going to go ahead and change that, and I will be right back. Oh, wow, okay. I will be right back. Okay, y'all, we are back, and we're just going to go ahead and continue on with this reading. I'm hoping that it's not too long, but I'm not going to stop the process. I also want you guys to know, too, that jade is actually a stone of it's a stone that seers can use. It's a crystal that is used for protection, especially for highly intuitive people. Jade is a stone that can help you tap into ancestral wisdom, specifically ancestral wisdom that is rooted in certain, like, American cosmologies, whether you be Mesoamerican, whether you be Yucatan Mayan, right? You may have a resonance with Akukukan. You may have a resonance to serpent cosmology. You may have a resonance to the Americas. Like, there's something about the Americas. They've been coming to you. They came to you in the last reading for whatever reason. If you guys have not listened to that last reading, you may want to go back. It was a run prior to this one. You may want to go listen to that reading, because they came through the last time. They're coming through again. They have been coming to you. They're not trying to cause you any harm. You asked for them, they came, and they're asking for you to just simply accept what they've been trying to give you. They do not want to force you. They know that you have free will, but you've been asking for something. You've been asking for clarity. You've been asking for them to show you the way. They are showing you the way, but the more that you refute what they're saying to you, the more lost you are going to become if you don't allow some kind of wisdom to come in to help you. You've been doing it by yourself for so long, and they're asking for you to connect with them. You do have the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups indicates that there seems to be an uninterest, or there seems to be a blatant refusal when they're just like, listen, we love you, we want to give you this, but you're so focused on the disappointment, you're so focused on the vices right now that you're not really listening to what we're trying to tell you. These vices really could be anything. What I'm hearing is the word sugar. Sugar is a vice for you because it helps you to feel. It helps you to what I'm hearing is that sugar is what's giving you this, like, dopamine release, and in order for you to get through this one moment. But they're saying that they want you to move. They want you to move your body. They want you to feel happy, and you can feel happy if you trust and believe and know that they are here to help, to guide you, and if you believe more in yourself. Because when you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in them, because you are their stories continued. You are the lineage. You are the walking lineage. They trust you. They love you. I'm getting chills in my crown. They love you. They trust you. You were ordained for this. You were made for this. The world will tell you otherwise, but it is not the world that defines you. You is what defines you. You are here to experience and to understand what it is like to be limited by other people's perceptions, but coming out on top of it. Coming out saying, I believe in myself. I know in myself. I'm convicted in what I believe, because I am here to trust my intuition. That is what I'm here to do. Your intuition will always lead you to the right reasoning, and you don't have to answer to nobody. No one. You don't have to answer to any of that. because you've been hurt and defeated before. You know what defeat feels like. And they're saying that they want you to let go. They want you to let go of all of that. Leave that behind, because you're walking right into a life right now where if you are not trusting your intuition, you will suffer, not as a punishment, but because of you actively chose suffering when you denied your intuition. That is what they're letting you know now. They want you to work with Jade, specifically with Jade. You have the Page of Pentacles here as well. You have the Eight of Cups, and you also have the Magician card. The fact that you have these three here is that you have been wanting something to... Your life is so magical. Your life is magical. You live a magical life. It is undeniable. And anything else that is not, that is being presented to you, that is not of sorts, refuse it, because you yourself are an act of magic, and you have to be willing to walk away from anything that is not of that is not magic. It's not magical. It doesn't give you life. It doesn't help you to wonder. It doesn't give you answers, or it doesn't, not even just answers, but it doesn't help you with where you're at right now. Walk away from whatever that may be. If it's harming you, if it's causing you to put yourself on a chain, Spirit is saying, I don't want that for you. I want you to let it go. Because at the end of the day, we are all going back to the same source. You can argue whatever the source is. You can argue whether the source is to be represented in this way, and this way is insufficient, and this way is not right. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you yourself are a walking embodiment of source itself. And you don't need to explain that to anybody. You yourself are headed towards this, and it is through ancestral remembrance that you are remembering source itself. That's why the path is so imperative. That's why the path is so important. You are creating a path, and that is what's imperative. Whatever path it is, you are meant to create that path, because that path is going to withstand the test of time. The only thing is that you have to trust and believe that it is, because the Magician says, I am so close to the void. I am an embodiment of the void, and there is nothing that will make me believe or steer me away from this one vision. I know it to be true because I am it. I am an expression of it. As are the trees, as are the roots, as are the bunny rabbits, as are the whales, as are the elephants, as are the jaguars, as are whatever it may be, as are the rocks. Everything is an extension or a representation of source. It is, undeniably. You are undeniably an aspect of source, and that is what's coming to light. What you are going to start seeing, yes, the Sun card is definitely here, and so is the Ten of Pentacles. Sorry, not Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. What this means is that, in all honesty, you're going to start seeing everything that you feel defeats you. You're going to start seeing that more often. Something may happen to piss you off, but don't let it linger too long, because it's only there to show you what is being released. That is all that it is. That is all that it is. Excuse me, I'm talking fast because my mind is moving like a mile a minute. It's like, pew, 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 pew. It's like everywhere. It's like doing everything. Who is it? Me. What is it? I think I left my phones in it. Give me 1 second, you guys. Hang on one moment. You guys are going to hear my partner come in. But anyway, that's exactly what that message is about. That's what that feels like. You have clear waters, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, and opportunity. And that's exactly what this, exactly. Right? Like, exactly. Clear waters. Everything will become clear when you start to trust yourself. Everything will not be clear. It will be murky when you start denying your intuition. To deny the intuition is to deny the soul. Are you going to deny your soul? No? Okay. So then you have to remember that it is okay to take your time when you're swimming in these waters. And when you take your time, the deeper you'll go, but slowly and steadily. That's the reason why you do have slow and steady here. Slow and steady, nothing to race. Okay, we have deep freeze here as well, and then we also do have re-energize from the mermaid. From the mermaid deck. So basically with these here is that you are slowly but surely, for some of you, coming back to life. You are slowly but surely getting your way through a moment where you felt defeated, where you felt frozen, where you felt like from that pause you were taking, you are slowly but surely coming back into life. It's like you're defrosting. I'm seeing a flower defrost. I'm seeing a flower defrost itself. That's the vision I'm getting. This is a representation of somebody being frozen over. You may have had a frozen heart, a calloused skin, or you may have been really hard on the exterior, but that in itself is fading. Like, you couldn't stop this if you tried. That is fading away. You are becoming softer. You're coming back to life. There's something that will be revealed here, and what's being revealed is what truly is going to make you happy. And you're going to be surprised as to what that thing actually is. You are redefining what happiness means to you, and that's what Spirit has for you right now. That is a message. Everything is happening in divine timing. The fact that you do have the Page of Pentacles here, this means that you may be in a stage where Spirit is saying, like, I want you to get ready. I want you to start planning. I want you to get ready. And even if you don't have a plan, I want you to follow your intuition and keep your eye on the mission. Keep your eyes on the mission. That is what Spirit has for you if you chose pile number 1. I want to pull one last card from this deck right here because I don't want to forget. All right, you have Unfinished Symphony. You are here to finish the symphony. You are here to continue on what they did not finish. Exactly. Remember when I said that your ancestors are telling you that you are their stories continued? Exactly. Unfinished Symphony means that you are here to finish it in this life. What they could not finish, they finish within you. You have to trust that. That's why they're asking for you to trust in their wisdom. Because you are their stories continued. I love you so much. If this reading has helped you, if this reading resonated, and if you feel that you really enjoyed listening to this message, and if it moved you in any way, please let me know down in the comments section, because I do love receiving your love stories down in the comments. And I know that some of you come into my inbox on Instagram and whatnot letting me know. I would like for you guys, if you will, to please let me know down in the comments, because it increases engagement and it lets YouTube know that despite what's going on in the algorithms, that this channel is actually worth listening to for the collective. And I really do want to grow and expand and evolve with you all. If there's nothing else that you need from me, please feel free to visit me online over at the SaiyonanPath.org. You guys can follow along with me on Instagram over at the Saiyonan Path, as well as at Magic of Eden. Also, I am now on Substack. I will make sure to link my Substack down in the description box, as well as in the comment section. I love you so much. Take care, and I will catch you in my next video. All right. Hey, honey bun. Hey, honey bun. I have a cousin. We call her Honey Bun. I wonder how she's doing. I wonder what she's been up to these days. I call her my honey bun. Anyways, how are y'all doing? How's everything going? I hope that everything is going well. We're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. You guys, pile number 1, for those that chose pile number 1, it was definitely a message. Do I remember everything that happened in that reading? Absolutely not, because it came and it gone and it went. Also, I remember some of it, but like not all of it. But anyway, so yes, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. If you want to tune into pile number 1, go ahead. I would love that for you. We're going to go ahead and get started by reading the Emerald. By the way, if you caught the very beginning of this reading, then the Emerald, this was basically Spirit was letting me know that you're ready. That is just simply the message of that's just your message, like you are ready. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. There are no excuses. It's just that you're ready. That's it. And it's so interesting because I kind of want to put your cards away and be like, okay, we're done. Joking. But no, for real. Like, I really feel like that's just what your message is. You are ready. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 22 here. Emerald, okay? Giving and receiving love, opening your heart to friendship, embracing unity. I love that. That's so funny because that came actually at the very beginning where it's like you were leading with your heart. And it's this green, it's this greenery. Your favorite color may be like a greenish color, and it represents just how abundant of love you have to give. And it's time for you to start giving that, and it's also a good time for you to receive that as well. Reciprocity. And it's when you give love, you tell the universe, oh, I'm giving love. And the universe says, oh, I'm going to give it back to you. Here you go. But see, the universe, with as infinite as it is, it will give to you abundantly. It will give to you more than you can give to it. But at the same time, that's just a human aspect, or that's just a human construct, because we want to measure things, we want to control them, we want to explain them, we want them to fit what we believe. So we say, oh, I can't give to you as much, I can only give you this. When in actuality, Spirit says that it's just in that one gesture, you have given me everything already. And that's so beautiful, that is so wise, and I love that, and I receive that. That is so much wisdom coming through with the Emerald. And it's so beautiful because you are so rare, and you are a very rare soul. You are a soul more than likely that is like an old soul, but you're young at the same time. Like, you may carry a lot of ancient wisdom within you, or you may have had several incarnations, but the way that your energy, but the way that your energy is now in this incarnation, it comes off as very light. But you also have a lot of information to share. You have a lot of information to give. And this emerald, it's like, I want to give the rarity of my heart to the world, because I see the world in such beautiful eyes and such great and I don't know why I'm hearing like green eyes. I don't know if you have like family members who have green eyes or whatever, or if you have green eyes yourself, or if there's something about green and then seeing the heart space within someone, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Love, like light, is experienced in many different ways, some obvious and some so subtle that we can only sense it if we quiet our minds and pay very close attention. The message of Emerald Spirit is to open to love in all its array of colors and to become a channel for its healing powers. Put that over there. Then it says, you are always capable of tuning into radio love. So today find the frequency so that you might experience and channel love. Aspire to love your neighbor as you love yourself, recognizing that love must begin within you as you connect to the conscious universe, the source of all love. Channeling love nourishes you as you experience how its healing power dissolves the darkness. You are a love beacon today. Can you feel it? I don't agree with where it says dissolves the darkness, because darkness is not anything that is evil. Correction, dissolves things that are unfavorable. I'll say that, but it's not darkness. Darkness itself is not evil. It's what we have within us and how we interpret the darkness, or what we believe is in the darkness that we judge to be evil or not. I don't believe that the darkness is evil, so I have to refute that for myself. You don't have to, that's up to you, but darkness is not evil. We say that darkness, and that's so interesting because that's a message all in itself. Darkness is equated to the divine feminine energy, and divine feminine energy itself is not negative. It's negative, meaning that it receives a charge, but it's not negative in a sense where it's malevolent or malicious or bad. Right? What it is this darkness is a space where we pause so that we can be passive to allow whatever to come to fruition. This dark time that we go through in life is a moment for us to pause, to tune into our inner world, to get to understand our feelings or to feel our feelings. I don't know if you guys have read Mysteries of the Dark Moon. I can't remember exactly who it's by. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull the book out right now. Thank God for libraries. Mysteries of the Dark Moon by Demetra George, I believe. This is the book. If you have not read this book, read this book. It is so amazing. And yes, exactly. Anyway, so basically, yes, Mysteries of the Dark Moon help you to understand the divine feminine, the dark divine feminine, in a symbolic way, and it also answers so many questions. So you are someone that struggles with the shadow aspect of yourself. I highly recommend that you read that book, because that book will help you to understand yourself a lot more. Also, for whatever reason, I'm hearing like the word dissolve. There's something about dissolving. There's something about when something starts off as something, but then it slowly but surely dissolves, and then it just kind of is like, it's just dissolved, like that's it. There's something about it dissolving. It could be because of like dissolve, or like absolve, when you absolve something, like when you absolve the debt or something like that, like that's coming through. It's something about getting rid of it, but in a way that's rightful. So you want to get rid of these things, whatever it may be, in a way that's rightful. Just follow what you know, follow your intuition, allow yourself to tune into divine feminine wisdom. It will lead you, it will guide you. Wow, that is so amazing. Wow. These messages are coming through so clear. You have 7 of Cups. You have the Fool card. Oh, goodness. Okay, hang on 1 second, you guys. I gotta pick up a card. It's your intuition card. It's your intuition card. Okay, you have the 7 of Cups. You have the Fool card. You have the Devil. You have the High Priestess. Oh, by the way, I don't know why, but I felt the need to put my crow feather here. My son gave me this crow feather. We found it outside. He found it outside, and he let me have it. You might resonate very deeply with the crow. Working with your divine feminine aspect, your shadow aspect is going to lead you to love. It's going to lead you to love. King of Wands. Talk about the divine feminine, the moon. You see what I'm saying? Look, the moon. You cannot make this up. Mysteries of the dark moon. And then the moon card here. You can't make it up. Exactly. This is your sign. That's your sign. Okay? So, again, Seven of Cups, the Fool, the Devil, the High Priestess, the Moon, and the King of Wands. These two. What holds you back from experiencing... Wow. Let me pause. Let me stop. Let me take a few jumps, hop, skips, hop, double dutches back. So basically we have the Fool card. When Spirit said you are ready, you are ready. The Fool card. What's holding you back is it's you getting your head a lot. The Seven of Cups is coming up as so many different ways of doing things and so many different possibilities. There's so many ways to skin a cat is what I'm hearing, which is so, oh God, that's terrible. That whole metaphor is just terrible. Goodness. There's so many ways to bake a cake. There's so many different types of pastas. There's so many ways to make a pasta. Let's just say that, right? Like, we don't want to be out here skinning cats. Like, don't do that. Well, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm hoping you're not. So basically, yes, you have a Seven of Cups. You have Seven of Cups. So this Seven of Cups is coming up as confusion. It's coming up as I don't really know what to do, because if I do it this way, then what if that happens? There's so many what ifs. This is like what if. This Seven of Cups comes up as what if. What I'm hearing is that instead of it coming up as like, or instead of you seeing it as a what if, right? Because that what if is exactly what keeps you trapped. It's the constantly you wanting to measure, you wanting to calculate, you wanting to know that you're doing it right. In Spirit, it's just like, you just have to try it, because you won't know if you don't try. You have your intuition, but then you also have free will. And with that free will, you do what you please. And if there's a way in, there's a way out always. Like, there was never a way, there is never just an indebted. Like, you're not indebted with anything. Like, there's no such thing really as debt. I don't know why I'm hearing there's no such thing as debt, or like the debt is not yours. The debt is not yours to pay. Like, the debt is not yours. So like, with that in mind, that right there will set you free, knowing that the debt is not yours to begin with. So it's like you're questioning whether or not this is right. You're questioning whether or not you should do this, and Spirit is saying you are ready. Like, there is no negotiable. You are ready. The fact that you do have here the King of Wands, I feel like, so there's a dual aspect with you. You may have been seeing 222 or something like that, or something with like a number 2 in it, or like maybe like 8, like 2 and like 8s or something like that, or like maybe like 888 or something like that. I don't know, but 8 dealing with like Saturn. And also 2 dealing with just like you aligning, like you coming into divine alignment. I don't know why, but I'm also hearing like I choose you. It's so interesting, because you yourself are starting to realize how much you can embody and give structure and form and go after this thing based on your internal, based on your inner world, based on you bypassing the illusion. Also, what I'm hearing is that you don't want to be led by illusion. You want to make sure that you know that you're following your intuition in this one, because if you don't, you will end up trapped. You don't want to be trapped, right? Allow your intuition to speak. Allow your intuition to shine through, because that is what's going to help you moving forward, right? Like, that's what's going to help you in this time. The fact that you do have the High Priestess here in the Devil card, what I'm sensing is that there could be someone, I'm going to be real with you. Spirit, can you please give me more insight on this High Priestess, because I don't get a good feeling from it. I don't get a good feeling from this. The Hermit reversed, and oh my God, and the Magician. So this can go so many ways. I feel that you have someone that, okay, the word is evil eye, but also there's someone or an energy that whose presence is just so unfavorable, and this energy does what it does behind the scenes to try and control a certain situation, they're coming through your reading. This is the energy that's very sneaky. I'm not trusting this high priestess. Like, this high priestess is not giving me... You're going to have to stand your ground. Whatever this is, you're going to have to stand your ground. Because this energy feels very manipulative, and they won't share everything, but they're going to out themselves eventually. I don't get a good feeling about this here. Spirit, what is the outcome for this? Or what advice do you have to give to this? So that I can move on to the next perspective with your permission, please. Thank you. I respect you and I love you. I don't think that is... Okay, wait, hang on a second. Okay, Ten of Swords. Yep. Whatever that is, let it go. It's let it go, because you're going to have to move on. But the thing is that you're going to have to put your foot down. You're going to have to trust in what you know, and you're going to have to trust in what you feel, and you're going to have to put your foot down. You're going to have to call it out for what it is. Call it out. Call it out. The Spirit is saying to call it out. That is basically your message, okay? I also want to say, too, that I see something in relationship for you. I don't know what it is exactly. Okay, I'm going to move that one out the way, because that one was already used. Blessed. That brings me to someone being blessed and like highly favored. Someone, I see something about relationships here. I don't know what it is. Never ending story. Never ending story. Time and time again, you keep running your head into the same brick wall. That's interesting, because that reminds me of the Seven of Cups. Never ending story. It's always like that. What if? I feel like that's just it for you for this. I'm not going to force it. So yes, that is a message for you. We're going to go ahead and flip these over real quick. These are just additional messages, added layers. The King of Wands, you got the King of Wands twice. Stop playing around. Look, you got the King of Wands twice. You see the reason why I like using two different like decks and sometimes? Because they're added layers. I want you to sit with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the masculine energy that is assured of itself. It's, I have this, I'm charismatic, I'm strong, I'm fierce, I'm wise, I can dance, I can boogie. I can boogie on down. It's like, I know what I'm doing. I look good. I smell good. Like, what can you tell me? Like, you know, but it's not arrogance. It's not arrogance. It's confidence. Spirit is wanting you to be more confident and be more assertive and stand more in your power, because that's what's going to make shit shift. Like, swear, that's what's going to make things shift. When you decide to be bold and you take that leap and you take that step, everything will change. That's in regards to your relationship. That's in regards to whatever you got going on. The answer is yes, you are ready no matter what it is. Let go of anything that does not fit. Also, you have the Judgment card here and the Wheel of Fortune. This is a time in your life right now where you are going to have to start utilizing your divine masculinity and start utilizing your better judgment and use and combine your divine masculinity with your femininity to help you make sound decisions and move on it. Listen to that internal guide. Listen to your voice. That's the reason why you have the High Priestess here. The Magician card is coming up as reassurance, saying that when you do decide to follow your intuition and when you do decide to move and give structure to your divine femininity, that's when things change. So this is a time of your life right now where you're meant to just simply go through this in this life. This Wheel of Fortune here is coming through as karma, meaning that you are definitely meant to experience that in this life, because nothing is coincidental, nothing is by accident, everything has a reason. Everything has a reason. You're going to find your reason. Just trust and know and use your judgment. You have definitely some strong endings coming. You are ready. You also have here the Sirens. Use your voice, expansion, freedom. Exactly. When you step into this masculinity and when you are starting to become more sure of yourself and you are saying yes to this, that's when you'll start to see things start to shift. Things will start to shift regardless. Things will start to really happen in your life when you start to become more sure of yourself. You are going to have to start putting your foot down, because everything you're doing is out of love, and whoever doesn't agree with that, they just don't know what they're talking about. I'm sorry, not sorry. They just don't. Magical shapeshifter. Magical map shifter, actually. I'm sorry. Magical map shifter. I'm going to look into that card, actually. Just give me a second. And then we have mountain. And then we have free spirit. You have so many cards here that indicate freedom. Okay. free spirit. You have the sirens, use your voice, expansion, freedom. Then you have the Fool card. You are free to stand in your power regardless. That is what you are going to do. It's freedom. If you chose Emerald, you are free to love, you are free to be, you are free to enjoy, you are free to dissolve these things. You're free to absorb this debt. You are free. Make that decision. Stand in your power. Challenge any other jurisdiction that you have to. Challenge them, because more than likely they're going to end up bending to your will anyway. Not because you're being forceful, but because you just know yourself. And you know what is owed to you. You know that this is for you, regardless, right? And it doesn't matter how you identify, whether you're male or female. This just simply means that you are someone that just, you just know it's yours. Like, you just know. Okay, then we're going to move. Let me get this book out really quick here. This is for Magical Map Shifter. What number is that? 52. Okay. Uh-oh, I just passed it. Let me see. When the Magical Map Shifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to be the best you that you can be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty and into a place of safety or success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be awake and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you're here will shift. The Magical Map Shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. You're saying yes to a partner that challenges you, but also helps you tap into the higher version of yourself. That is exactly who your partner is. That is exactly what they're about. Say yes to that partner because they help you become better. Not for a transactional reason, but simply because this is what you called in, and you will get everything you received once you start believing and stepping more into your power. I hope this resonated. I hope that you enjoyed listening to this message. I really hope to hear from you down in the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning into this message. I love you. If you need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at the Saiyonanpath.org. Give me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know how this reading resonated with you. If it did, and if it didn't, just kind of leave it for someone else who can benefit from it. And that will be greatly appreciated. And yes, if there's nothing else that I can help you with, thank you. Visit me over on Instagram at thesayonanpath.org. I'm sorry, at thesayonanpath and at Magic of Eden. I love you. And I will catch you in my next video. All right. If you chose the green aventurine, this is your message. And we're going to go ahead and start shuffling right now. First and foremost, actually, we're supposed to be reading out of the book, which we're going to get started doing. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do that first. Also, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. This is number 25. Yes, I'm happy to have you here. Luck, good fortune, potential possibility, new opportunities. Possibilities for experiences your soul craves are everywhere, offering new opportunities to help you find your purpose. The gate to the field of infinite potential is always open, for the conscious universe wants you to enjoy the bounty that exists in the realm of possibility and bring it into form through the power of co-creation. Cast fears and regrets aside, says Green Aventurine Spirit, for you are much loved and the conscious universe wants to give you all that you desire. The universe is always dreaming up new ways to bring you what you need and help you experience well-being, joy, and fulfillment. This comes with you letting go. All of that comes with you letting go. The moment you decided that you were going to let go of whatever that is, that's when you'll start to see things pouring in for you. But this also includes certain ideologies that you yourself had that that's been coming up. A lot of things that you've been going through in your life that happened in your past, whether it have been in a childhood or in your childhood or even in a past relationship or with another adult or whatever it may be. There was something in the past that is being brought up right now. I would check to see where Mercury is transiting in your chart, because Mercury is having you revisit that time that time in your life, and Mercury has these things, or you may feel these things resurfacing, because that's the astrological transit that is happening now. So with Mercury being retrograde, what you're being shown right now in your own personal life is what has been holding you back, certain ideologies, mindsets, the way that your mind works, why it works that way, how you process information, and why you process information that way. I'm hearing the word electricity, so this has something to do with Uranus. Why is your nervous system the way that it is? Ask Uranus. I also am hearing Neptune. It's what you were made to believe about yourself. What were you made to believe about yourself? That's what's holding you back from possibilities, from infinite possibilities, from abundance from coming in, because of what you believe about yourself. What they're saying, your guides right now, is that this was a programming. There's someone who watched you go through some type of pain or trauma from the other side, from the other realm, and they're saying that's what's causing you to believe this about yourself. It's not really even necessarily about what just people said about you or say about you in the world. Mainly it comes from some type of abuse that you experienced, or it comes from something that you went through in your past life meaning your child life. It's something that let's move this card to the side, shall we? Okay, move this feather to the side as well, and move these up here. Actually, no, nitpicking. It's nitpicking. Your guides are saying that you nitpick a lot. You do a lot of nitpicking because you're wanting things to be a certain way, but that in itself is a trauma response. Like, you nitpick and you want things to be perfect, but the reason is because it's not because you genuinely want things to be perfect. It's because you don't want people judging you for not being perfect. There's something about your Chiron. You could have a Chiron in Leo, or you could have a Chiron in a 5th house. You could have Chiron in Virgo. You could have Chiron in a house that is about expression. You could have Chiron in a 3rd house. Chiron in the 9th. Because you were made to second guess yourself a lot. Yes, you were made to second guess yourself a lot. Basically, what I'm also feeling is that you also do have the King of Cups here that's showing up upright. And then you also have the 7 of Pentacles. You're just wondering, like, is this enough? Am I enough? Should I do this? Am I worthy enough of this? Am I going to receive this if I do this? You have several questions. What is the right way? What have I been doing? Is what I'm doing enough? Like, it's always this question of, am I enough? You also have the 4 of Cups. Spirit, can you please explain the 4 of Cups, please? Because this card keeps wanting to come out, and I'm wondering what this means. Yep, you doubt yourself a lot. Some of you, not all of you. 2 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords in reversed. Knight of Swords coming up. That's so interesting. Don't worry about what he says, she says. You're gonna have to leave the internet where it's at. Some of you guys want to show up online, but you're afraid that if you do, that someone will say something, or people will bash you, or people will say that your ideas aren't good enough. And for some of you, you look for this constant validation, and it really does harm and hurt and hinder your emotional growth and fulfillment. And it really does put a big damper on your emotional security. I just heard that for some of you, your emotional development is stifled because of how much validation you need. If someone can give you a compliment and you'll be like, oh, okay, or you just don't accept it because you don't believe it about yourself, because the negativity outweighs the positivity. Spirit is asking for you to align more with your heart space, to align more with your intuition, to align more with what you can do versus with what you can't do. You're not meant to do everything. You're not meant to know how to do everything. You have the Oh my God, you have the High Priestess. When I was pulling your cards, I freaking knew she was going to come out again. Oh, goodness. So basically, when I first was pulling your cards, right, I was pulling cards from this pile. I mean, from this deck right here, right? From Tarot of Mermaids. That's what I was pulling at first. When I was pulling these cards for the third pile, I ended up dropping a card, and for whatever reason, I just felt the need to like look at it, and it was a High Priestess. But I ended up putting it back. Now, the interesting thing is that now we're here, and the High Priestess is showing up for you in this deck using the Mermaid Tarot, which I find to be not coincidental. I find that to be for a reason, because everything has a reason. So, what does all this mean? It means that you are someone where Spirit is asking for you to really start leaning into your ability to nurture yourself and to become more emotionally independent. You're not codependent, but you do need a lot of validation, which is different from like a lot of reassurance. Although there is someone or a masculine energy around you that wants to give you the reassurance, but what's the point of them constantly giving you the reassurance if you're not going to listen to them? If every time they say something good about you or loving about you, you refute it, you rebut it. Okay, but this, but I'm not this, but I'm not that, but I'm telling you what I see in you, right? Like I'm telling you what I see in you, and you're not listening. You're just wanting to believe in the negativity because that's your program. And they're not judging you. I'm not judging you. It's just we're just kind of making you see yourself. Like, we're not forcing you to see yourself. We're just having you see yourself. Like, you are the seer, and you're not used to people seeing you. Damn. I love you though. Trust me, I love you so much. Like, I'm not judging. And it takes a really skilled, special soul to see you in a way that you see others. And that's why not everybody can see you, because people who try to see you, they tend to misunderstand you because they just don't get it. And that's absolutely not your problem. Exactly. Eight of Pentacles. I was talking about that. Is what I'm doing good enough? There's always like this question or second guessing as to what you're doing. Just Spirit's message to you is that you are someone that has so much passion and that you are so gifted. You are so gifted. And you have a really strong intuition. You might be coming from pile number 1, actually. Or pile number 2. There's something where you can receive a lot of messages actually from each of them. And you also have the Empress card here. Divine femininity is all over your reading, especially the fact that we do have the Empress and the High Priestess. This is one of those things where you might have been very passive in your life, and now you're learning how to lean deeper into your magnetism and lean deeper into your divine femininity to attract the things that you really do want. But in order for you, this has to do with your worth. This is second house energy. This is second house energy, Taurus vibes all the way, Venus vibes. Where is Venus in your chart? What is your chart? Where's Venus in your chart? And also look to Taurus, look to Libra. Look to Taurus, look to Libra, look to Venus. Because they're going to give you hints and clues. And also see what's in your second house and 7th. Because those are going to help you with these one-on-one partnerships. This 2 of Cups is definitely giving me 7th house vibes. Say yes. If something is presented to you, Spirit is saying say yes. Logically, it may not even look like it's the right time, or logically, it may not even look like a yes, but it is a yes. Spirit is asking for you not to refuse it, because once you do say yes to this, that's when you'll start to really you'll start to open up, you'll start to flower. I'm seeing a peony. Someone may really resonate deeply with peonies. Like peonies, like get yourself some peonies or study the symbolism of peonies, or you may want to grow peonies. Look up peonies. Peonies is a rich man's flower. Peonies is a rich woman's flower. Peony is a rich soul's flower, if you will. Like, doesn't matter like how you identify. Peony is when you are abundant in love, when you are abundant with with love, with money. Right? Like peonies. Like, I don't know why peonies is coming through, but there's a dual aspect to peonies though, because it's so interesting, because the way that I'm picking up on peonies is that the High Priestess would be the seeds of the peony. But then the Empress will be the flowering, the flower of the peony. Does that make sense? The dual nature. It's, you don't expect the peony seed to look the way that it does because of the way that it grows. You are someone that you get finer the more you age. You get more sexy, more flavorful, more attractive. Not that you're not attractive right now. I'm looking up something for you. Give me 1 second. Not that you're not attractive now. It's just that it gets better over time. Like seriously, look at this. Like you have let me turn this up for a second. These are the seeds of a peony. And you would never expect for them to look this way. For those of you that don't know, who's never seen the seeds of a peony. Do you see those seeds? How they're dark? And these seeds obviously get planted into the obviously into the soil, but you don't expect them to look like that. Like those are peony seeds. And it's so interesting that these peony seeds grow these really beautiful flowers. Like seriously, come on. Like you see that? Like that's the peony. You see the dual nature? So the flower would be the Empress and the seed would be the High Priestess. The High Priestess is notoriously known for working their magic behind the scenes in the dark. And perhaps maybe even in the forefront, it depends. But usually it's the one that works its magic in private and secrecy because of its connection to the divine. Whatever you're doing behind the scenes, the magic that you're working behind the scenes is going to reflect on your outside and your appearance and your energy. It's a vibe. Trust me. It is a frequency. It is a vibration. It is a vibe. Work your magic behind the scenes and you will see just how strongly those rituals are carried with you. If you are someone that likes to make oils, if you are someone that has like an apothecary, or if you've been wanting to have an apothecary, you want to merge all of your gifts and you want to use that because that's what's going to help you. These messages are so specific. You then have the Knight of Swords. Wow. Double cards or Knight of Swords. You have the Chariot here. And then you also have the Four of Pentacles. This is kind of coming up as like understanding that you want to save. Like you want to watch your spending. I'm hearing like watch your spending. Be careful with what you're spending your money on and only spend it on things that, and invest in things that are a part of your life, a part of your calling, a part of your mission, a part of your frequency and vibration. Spend it on nothing else. The fact that you do have the Knight of Swords here, I don't know why, but this is bringing me to like instant messaging, like tweeting or like utilizing social media and like utilizing like tweets or utilizing, I don't know if this is something dealing with, yeah, it's something dealing with like instant messaging or like instantly doing things like stories or whatever. Quick pictures, like take those. It adds up over time. Also, take your time. My apologies, you guys. My battery died. I just wanted to go ahead and finish up the last of your reading. So essentially, we were talking about the Knight of Pentacles and how we really don't want you to pass that up. Spirit is wanting you to take your time as you are pacing this journey because everything is going to come up and it's going to come to you as you need it. It will come to you as you need it. It's not going to, I know you guys probably don't want to hear this, but it's not going to manifest all at once. It's going to manifest over time. But you do have an opportunity to, there obviously is an opportunity. Spirit is wanting you to use your divine femininity, your intuition, your intuitive gifts, your intuitive talents, present that to the world and use that to create the world for you. The fact that Uranus is where it is now, check to see where Uranus is in your chart. That's where you are going to really hit the jackpot, especially if you do the work behind the scenes. The work that you do behind the scenes can also be the work that you present in person in the forefront. And that's what's also going to make people magnetize towards you. This is you walking a certain path and you being the embodiment of the path. The Chariot card here is permission, is a permission slip from God, from source, for you to be the embodiment. This is you're the matriarch. You are a matriarch. Don't you dare doubt your power. You're the matriarch. And you, as the matriarch, need to be doing matriarchal shit. Like that, not shit, but you know what I mean? I have a potty mouth, but you are the matriarch. Do matriarchal things, and then you will be provided for as a matriarch. Present yourself as that. Take yourself seriously. Know and trust in your magic. Nobody can tell you who you are, right? Nobody can tell you who you are. bountiness, generously given, relationships coming together. That is bringing me, look, you guys gotta, oh my God, these cards, oh, it just feels so good. It just feels so good right now. Okay. No, y'all like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so you have the Two of Cups here, and you have bounteous, generously given, relationships coming together. I feel like a lot of your wealth will come from the intimate relationships and bonds you have with people, because people can vouch for you, and then it's like word of mouth. Like they see you, they vouch for you, and then it's like, oh, I heard it. You need someone to do this. I heard so-and-so, they can do this. And then you do it, you show up, you show out, and it's like, oh, damn, where you been at? And it's like, yo, like I've been here. And it's like, oh shit, like I wish I would have known you. And you're like, no, everything works in divine timing. And then they're just like, damn, you're right. And then you're just like, yeah, you're right. And then everyone's just so happy. And that's the vibe that I'm getting with this, and it's so amazing. It's so beautiful. The fact that you also do have here solitude. Exactly, solitude. The things that you do when you're alone come out, and they come out, and it's seen and it's felt, and because you're being the embodiment of it. Spend some time in solitude, or use your solitary time for you to dive deep within yourself. Know what your triggers are. Know where you feel emotionally insecure. Secure yourself emotionally. Say yes to whoever is wanting to either marry you or, well, not everybody, because some of y'all got partners that are just, okay, I'm not going to speak on that. No, I am going to speak on it because I'm the seer and I'm seeing it. For some of you, you know very well that this is more than likely a no. Not right now. But for others of you, take it as it resonates. The answer is yes. When you say yes to this, trust and believe, you're going to start attracting a lot more, because you're going to be in a different headspace. You have commitment. Spirit is wanting, this is pulling me to the Knight of Pentacles. This is one of those paths where you want to be deeply committed. You want to be deeply committed to your path, to your craft, to whatever it is that you're building, to your poetry, to your art, to whatever it may be. You want to be fully committed to it, merging everything, working your magic, infusing magic into everything you do, so that it's a seamless stream of magic, of art, of poetry, of love, of whatever it may be. And that's what people are going to remember you by. You are the matriarch, and your work is a long-lasting legacy should you trust yourself. Last card is move forward. This is the Chariot. All of your cards are in direct alignment. Listen here. You have move forward. You have the Chariot. Let's put that to the side. You have commitment. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? You have bounteous, generously given, relationships come together. You have these two, right? You have things that are coming in twos. 222 is appearing in your life right now because you are coming into alignment. You are magnetizing something. You are attracting something. And the more you believe in yourself, the more that you trust it, the more that you embody it, the more it will come to you, the more plentiful you'll be. It'll be more bounteous. And that is your message. I love you guys so very much. Thank you all so much for tuning into this message. If it resonated with you, if you loved or liked what I said here, please give me a comment down in the comment section. Please connect with me down there. Please let YouTube know that readings like this are the reason why you are subscribed to this channel, as well as because of other things. Thank you so very much for the love and the time and the dedication that you have for coming back onto this channel. You are greatly appreciated, loved, and I'm so excited to just have you here in all of your beauty and all of your magnificence and all of your intensities and all of your love and just all of you. If you need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at the Saiyonanpath.org. Thank you so much for following along with me over at the Saiyonan Path, as well as at Magic of Eden. I am on Substack, so you can also subscribe to me there, where I share my poetry and other things and insights and whatnot with the collective. Thank you for tuning in with me. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video.